Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. There are thousands of careers and many new ones that are going to become available when your teens are reaching adulthood. Because no one can investigate everything, which careers that many people find rewarding are going to burgeon? Well, here are some possibilities. Next generation psychological counseling. Unfortunately, mental health issues are unlikely to decrease soon. And indeed, as people seem to be required to do ever more to have a decent life, the need for counseling will likely increase. The field of counseling is ripe for reinvention. The current in-treatment modality is cognitive behavioral therapy. But while it is effective in many cases, it's far from a cure-all. Future training of counselors and therapists will likely be more eclectic, so the practitioner can, depending on the client, work anywhere along these three continua, from support to confrontation, past trauma focus to here and now focus, decision-making that's emotion-centric, along the other end of the continuum, rationality-centric. And that assumes that there won't be some breakthrough methodology. But, in short, counseling will likely be an ever more interesting and in-demand profession. Another likely career that will burgeon is intermediate-level healthcare provider. The U.S. is moving to, quote, covering everyone with a system that's already overwhelmed, and many of the newly covered are going to pay little. So, an ever higher percentage of healthcare is going to be dispensed not by expensive physicians, but by what are called intermediate care providers, such as physician assistant, physical therapy assistant, dental assistant, and so on. The good news, for career seekers at least, is that the training is much shorter than, for example, for a doctor or dentist. Another likely burgeoning career is, no surprise, software developers and engineers with expertise in database architecture, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. They'll almost assuredly stay in demand. New applications for such programmers or software engineers, developers, may include artificial intelligence-assisted diagnosis and treatment recommendations, counseling apps, better dating site matching, individualized education, and advanced embryo selection to ensure absence of genetically influenced diseases, and if society deems it ethically acceptable, having a predisposition to altruism and good reasoning ability. Another career that will almost certainly burgeon is precision medicine. In your teen's lifetime, major diseases will likely be prevented and or treated with molecules that are custom matched, not only to the very specific disease, but to the patient's physiology. Your math-centric teenager who can picture getting a PhD could help make that happen. Safer nuclear. This is another career for people with ability and interest in STEM, that's science, technology, engineering, and math. Safer nuclear is currently out of favor, but it may well be that the climate change goals that we're having are going to require adding more nuclear to our energy mix. So, there should be jobs developing more compact, safer nuclear plants, negotiating the approval process, which can often be labyrinthine, and in running the plants. Other offshore and automation-resistant careers that have high average job satisfaction include haircutter, electrician, and management positions that require subjective judgment and understanding of American cultures. No matter the career, government jobs may be particularly attractive. There's government jobs in the widest range of fields. And why will it be growing? And I do believe government jobs will be growing because in both conservative and liberal governments, the size of government continues to increase. And the current zeitgeist suggests that that increase will accelerate. And pay, when you include benefits, holidays, and job security, is quite attractive. So, if your teenager is likely to value security over nimbleness of action and is focused on such matters as helping the poor or on climate change, your teen may well take a look at careers in government. There are a very wide range. For example, your teen might look into federal internships, which are available for high school and college students and for recent grads. Those internships are pipelines to desirable government jobs. You can find it, just probably Google federal internships, you'll find it immediately. Okay, now how to explore a career. The era of the so-called informational interview, in which you speak with someone in a prospective career, that's coming to an end. That's because successful people in a given career, seem ever busier and have less time for such requests. And a more central reason that informational interviews are waning is that articles and videos, which distill many people's expertise, not just the one person you talk with, are just a few mouse clicks away. Websites such as mynextmove.org and careeronestop.org are great starting places. Also good are compendia of information on a few hundred careers, the most popular ones, such as the government's authoritative, if dry, Occupational Outlook Handbook, or my friendlier book, Careers for Dummies. And don't minimize the value of a plain old Google search. It curates countless resources instantly and for free. Search on any careers that intrigue, for example, human resources careers. Spending just an hour or two doing the aforementioned will put you well ahead of many people in picking a career that you'll like and will likely find viable and that you'll do well at. Couple of tips. Of course, it's great when teens are willing and able to explore careers on their own, but the task is both important enough and potentially difficult enough that you as the parent might want to sit alongside your child. But do let your teens sit in the driver's seat. Only help as much as the kid needs to help your kid from staying stuck. A rule of thumb, if your teen reaches a roadblock, default to saying something like, see if you can solve it. If after 30 seconds or so there's been no progress, offer a suggestion. It is tempting to trust online sources less than a personal conversation, in the same way as many college-bound students choose a college more on a campus visit than on their online research, even though the visit is colored by the weather, the tour guide, and how pretty the campus is, even though after the first days, that how pretty the campus is affects little most college students' success and happiness. But if you do want to and get to talk with a person who's in a career of interest, you might want to ask these questions. What made you choose this career? How did you train? How did you get your first job? People want to talk about themselves personally. You'll get more generalizable information just from that. And then, what's the best and worst things about the career? And what's one piece of advice you'd like to offer me that we haven't covered? Some parents incorrectly believe that high schoolers shouldn't yet start career exploration. That's wrong, because having an initial career goal can motivate a student to work harder in school, help in choosing a college and major, and because changing careers is more difficult than is popularly portrayed, it's good to choose well the first time. Do encourage the not very time-consuming career exploration method that I've described here. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.